You see, most people think they need to earn more money to become wealthy. I don't think that's true. I think most people simply don't have the right account. Today, I'm going to show you the 6 accounts I believe everyone in the UK should have if they want to build wealth. And I genuinely wish someone had taught me this, years ago. When I first started earning money, I only had one account. My salary went in, my bills came out, and I spent what I needed. And if there was anything left at the end of the month, I would save it. I mentally just leave it in the account and call it saving. The problem with that was I was never consistent. It wasn't until I started giving every pound a specific job that my finances completely changed. You see, the 6 accounts I'm going to share with you today won't make you rich overnight. But if you use them consistently over the next 10 or 20 years, they can completely change your financial future. The first one is your current account. This is where your salary lands and where your bills are paid from. The mistake many people make is they leave all their money sitting in this account. The moment you're paid, your money should start moving into other accounts. And I'll get to all those accounts in a bit. If everything stays in one account, it is far too easy to spend money that was meant for something else. The second account you should have is an easy access savings account. This is where your emergency fund lives. Life has a funny way of testing us. Jobs can disappear, something may need fixing. There may be urgent request from a loved one back home, for example. And like I always say, it's not about if something unexpected is going to happen, it is when. An emergency fund means those moments may be stressful, but they don't become financial disasters. If you're a Muslim, there are Sharia compliant savings accounts available in the UK through providers such as Al Rayyan and Gatehouse. You can check this out, and I'm sure there are a couple more. The purpose of this account is not to make you rich. It is to stop an emergency from forcing you into debt or making you sell your investments at the worst possible time. You should ideally aim for at least 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses. The third account is your workplace pension account. This is one of the easiest ways to build long-term wealth because your employer would contribute alongside you. Every month, someone is willing to add money towards your retirement. Think about that. That's an opportunity too many people ignore. I've had people say they want to opt out of workplace pension. They should pay me everything. They should pay me everything. And my response is always the same. It is a big mistake. It is giving away free money just because you're not receiving it now. One of the biggest reasons pensions grow so well is because it compounds. The money compounds over time. Money invested today has time to grow, over decades to grow. Even increasing your contribution by just 1 or 2% today can make a surprisingly large difference by retirement. Okay, the fourth account is your stocks and shares ISA. If I could recommend just one investment account to someone living in the UK and immigrants living in the UK, this would probably be the one. And this is because every pound your investment makes inside an ISA is free from capital gains tax and UK tax on dividends. That means more of your returns stay in your pocket. For Muslims, this is where you can also build long-term wealth using halal ETFs and Sharia compliance funds. So, instead of trying to predict which stock will double next year, focus on investing consistently every month. There is a research by Fidelity which shows that investors who regularly invest over the long term achieve better outcomes than those that are trying to jump in and out of the market. Because nobody can consistently predict the market. Nobody knows when the market will rise or when the market will fall. The secret is not finding the perfect investment. The secret is staying invested. Okay, the fifth account you should have is Lifetime ISA. If you're eligible, if you're between the ages of 18 and 39 and you're saving for your first home or for retirement, this account is powerful. For every £4 you contribute, the government has £1. And that's a 25% bonus before your investments have even had a chance to grow. Very few opportunities offer an immediate return like this one. Of course, there are rules around withdrawal, so make sure you understand that before opening these accounts. If you withdraw your money for any other reason other than buying your first home or waiting until age 60, it would incur a 25% withdrawal penalty, which can result in you losing some of your own original savings. So you need to do your research here and be sure that you need it for those two reasons. The sixth account is the general investment account. You see, eventually you reach the point where you've used up your ISA allowance in a year. For now, it's £20,000. That doesn't mean your investment journey should end. This account is for you to invest once you've exceeded your ISA allowance. It also allows you to buy the same ETFs and investments you've been buying using your regular ISA. The only thing is that you will pay tax on gains above the relevant allowances. But don't let taxes stop you from building wealth. A lot of people stop investing because they failed, their ISA. No, that's like saying you will stop earning money because you failed your savings accounts. So just keep investing. You have the general investment accounts if you have used up your ISA. Let me tell you what I find fascinating. None of these accounts make you wealthy on their own. It is what they encourage you to do. One protects you from emergencies. One prepares you for retirement. One helps you invest tax efficiently. One helps you buy your first home. One allows you to continue to invest even when you have exceeded your ISA limits. Together, they just create for you that financial system. And the biggest mistake people make is having no structure. You can have two people earning exactly the same salary, and one has just the regular bank accounts and the other has these 6 accounts working together. Fast forward 20 years. Who do you think is more likely to have financial freedom? Yeah. So that's what building wealth is really about. It's not about earning millions and all that. It's about creating a system that allows you, to build wealth month on month, year on year, until one day people will think, oh, you just got lucky. You didn't get lucky. You simply just organized your money better than most people ever do. If you want to know more about ETFs, I have a detailed video on this, which also captures what most people don't even know about ETFs. I'll put this on the screen and I'll see you there.